On to the final game on the Sunday card for us. FAU, Florida Atlantic, coming off of that Final Four appearance at Memphis. Owls projected to be a 2-point road favorite. Haslam makes this right around FAU -2. I actually have this closer to a pick 'em between that and FAU -1. So this is my second biggest edge per my raw numbers with siding with Memphis. And we're recording this before FAU plays SMU on Thursday night, so keep that in mind. But assuming they cover, I think it is a good spot to back Memphis. Must-win game. Probably not on the bubble at all, even with a win here. But still, to get hot into the AAC tournament, which I think they can have a shot to make a run in that specific tournament. I also think the market will continue to shade towards FAU just because of the tax making the Final Four last year. We talked about various taxes on this episode with Duke and other teams. The tax is there with FAU for sure. We saw that last week as a 5.5, 6-point road favorite at South Florida. But Memphis bouncing back against Charlotte on Wednesday night, 22-point win. FAU's paint defense ranks in the 28th percentile over its last 5 games, and they're struggling to limit second chance shots during that span. And Naquan Tomlin, who transferred over from K-State midseason, and Dandridge, really, really good paint players offensively and also at generating second chance shots. So I like the home spot here for Memphis, and my raw numbers do as well. What do you make this game, Justin?
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. I have this one pretty close to a pick-up. Shot quality is going to be a little bit closer to 3. It's tough. This is tough. Memphis, this team, I think, has been one of the bigger letdowns in this conference. They were like plus 180. But FAU, I think, has been right there with them. People were saying that FAU would be undefeated going into conference play. They took 3 losses in non-con. They were heralded as top 5, coming into the season, and they clearly have not been that. And I was on the hater bus. I didn't really, think that FAU was going to be that. I, watched them play. They got very lucky. That run was fueled by luck, some hot shooting. That's okay. That's how every single run in March Madness is probably built. There's very few things in March Madness that happen because you just played average or, you didn't get a little lucky there. It's March Madness. So, and that's a hill I will die on. So, I do think this is a home spot for Memphis where they need to kind of start picking it up. FAU definitely has, in my opinion, a glaring weakness, which is like, what do they do with, Vlad Golden not on the floor in terms of the way that they're able to space and attack the paint and develop their shots outside. Of course, they still have some of these awesome players. I'm a big Elijah Martin fan. Like, I met him when he was playing in New York last year. Big fan. But, this is definitely a spot where, especially, again, like you said, there is probably some contingency with this SMU game, with this game coming on the 25th. We're playing this one. Yeah. So it's going to be such a good one. But I do think FAU's had a hard time covering. I'm only seeing 3 covers in their last 10, 12 games. It's been tough here, and being a slight road favorite hasn't been a bad thing this season necessarily, but yeah, as long as we're not paying too high of a tax and I can get +1 or the equivalent on the money line, I'm probably leaning Memphis.